Today, we're going to do a little review of an item that came out last year in celebration of Jaws' 50th anniversary. I've got tongue-tied. I figured it was such a big movie, such a huge blockbuster hit, that it deserved to go into the next year. So, I know this is a little late to the party for me, but we're going to take a look at this. Everything inside. Let's go. Okay, the first thing I wanted to point out was how beautiful the graphics are on this box. I mean, they really went all out. It looks like it's got the reminiscence of the vintage toy, you know, the game, but at the same time, they've really updated the Jaws, the Bruce, and the graphics are just really cool. Now, unfortunately, my box got damaged, just the box, the outside box, during shipping. So I may look into trying to find another box just for collector's sake. But as you can see, it's still quite a nice box. And they really did a nice job. So let's get in that box. And inside, it just slides out in one of those clear packaging, like for large action figures and stuff. Lift old Brucey out. Got a couple little ties here. Pull those off. Feels like he's made of some like a vinyl material. At least his fin is the same kind of vinyl that make I would imagine like dolls for durability. So there's the main body. And little pectoral fins. Get them out of the box here. Really get those in there. There's one. Does not want to come out of here. Okay. Figure out which side goes where. We got a little slot right there. So we'll just insert. Easier said than done. Just make sure I get the right one. Alright, I'm going to pause this, look at the instructions, like I should have started with. Okay, after looking at the instructions, it was a lot easier to put the fins on than I thought. So, we've got his right fin, and it actually, you just insert, and it slides up into the body like that. I was thinking maybe they just snapped in, but they just slide right into the little slots. See? And it goes right in here. Line it up. Peace game. Jaws boy, you got your fins. So, he's pretty good size. I mean, look at him. He's bigger than my head. I got a big fat head. So, just take a look at his mouth. Look at that. Imagine that coming at you. Whoa. I mean, look at the detail. They did a great job of catching old Bruce's likeness. I mean, even the little scars on his face. His little nose holes, teeth, the colors are just did a great job. I mean, that's Bruce. I mean, they scaled him down a little bit. I would say they probably cut off that much of his tail, his body, for the toy. And that's one of the things I wanted to go and talk about was I'm thinking of cutting this toy in half right here and extending his body for more like a display purpose, because I don't really plan on playing with it as, you know, for a toy or the game. I wanted a really nice you know, a display of old Bruce. And for the price and the detail on what, you know, Neca has done, I mean, look at that. They did such a great job. Here he comes. Dum, 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 dum. Great job, Neca. You guys really knocked it out of the park with this guy. And let's take a look at all these little accessories. Okay, you get this little tire. I mean, even the little tire's got all the detail. What does it say on there? It says all season Neca. That's awesome. All season Neca tire. That's cool. And then we have a spear. Stick him, you know, as he's swimming by. You give him old Bruce a poke. It doesn't even faze him. You know, look at that. I mean, they really didn't skip on any of the detail, on any little part. I mean, not that Neca would really put a lot of detail into everything they do. I mean, they go that extra mile and then some when they make something. But you can always bet that the quality of what you get from them is going to be very detailed little pieces. And we have a little boot. Look at that little boot. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. There it is. Look at the detail in that little boot. And then we have the little walkie-talkie. Look at that. All the detail in that little walkie-talkie. Then we have where Hooper pulled out of the, I believe it was the bull shark. A little license plate. That's something. That's so neat. Then we have a little one of Bruce's. Well, you couldn't call this a meal. Not for Bruce. A little fish skeleton. Oh, and the strings are there, I'm assuming, for this. So when you're playing the game, you can loop it into one of the strings and pull it out of his mouth without him chomping down on top of you. Then we have a little lantern. That's pretty cool. And we have, oh, is this, I thought it was a severed hand, but it's not. It is a leather glove. I'm assuming one of Quint's gloves, you know. Come on, focus. Sorry about that. Just wants to get my big old face. We'll get it. Maybe. Another glove. Okay, and then we have another little part. It's an anchor. There it is. Then we have Brody's little pistol. How cool is this? Look at this. You get Brody's little pistol. That is so cool. It's also on a little string. That is neat. Then we have a human skull. Detail, tiny little skull. Then we have Ben Gardner's, maybe his little boat steering wheel. Possibly. That detail is something else. Sorry, I'm just amazed by all the little intricate attention that Neca put to this stuff. Their sculptors are out of this world. Here we have a little human bone. That. Then we have Hooper. This little tank that we see Jaws chomping on, and Brody shoots it and it explodes, and Bruce's face flies off and it sinks to the bottom. Our hero. Then we have a little camera. I would imagine the camera is probably Hooper's also. 'Cause, you know, he's a scientist. He's gonna document things. Right? There it is. And then we have this piece here. Get it out. Anybody want some wine? Probably one of Quint's stash when he runs out of his... Can you guess it? What the last little item is? His favorite beer. Heck yeah. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because I always say it wrong. So I'm hoping one of you guys, while watching this, I'm sure all of you will say it. Sorry about my hands, a little dirty. I was painting. Come on, focus. There it is. Look at that little -1. Gee, I wonder who drank that one. The only thing it's missing is a styrofoam cup. I'm sure we can make one. But yep, that's everything. I mean, then you have the instruction sheet, which is, you know, not much of an instruction sheet, just in case. But that's everything. But yeah, if you get the chance, definitely grab yourself one of these old Brucey boys. And another cool thing is, I got to see Jaws when it first came out at a drive-in theater in 1975. And it was my friend's drive-in theater. And he had just gotten back from Florida, so he had a bunch of shark teeth that he was selling at his concession stand to people who wanted to buy popcorn, soda, and a shark tooth. So I got to help him do that. I think I was 7 when I saw Jaws, and I just fell in love with it. I mean, I loved sharks to begin with, but when this movie came out, it was just, that was it. Game on. And I've been hoping for something like this for a long time. I mean, there's other people that offer these as models and stuff to finish pieces, and they're beautiful. I just can't afford them. So when this, sorry about the clicking, I'm just having fun. But when Neca offered this, I had to get one, and I'll probably modify this one to make him longer, and then create like and match the color and stuff, where I may have to repainting. I'm not sure, but I definitely want a color match because they really nailed it. So once I do that, I'll probably buy another one just for keepsake, you know, as the toy. But I also want to turn one into like a display. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is already a beautiful display piece, you know, and right next to the box too. You can't beat that. That's the price for one of these is just, it's just awesome. You can't pass it up. I mean, if you love Jaws, you gotta get one. The other thing is, I share a birthday with Steven Spielberg, December 18th. So that's pretty cool. But thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back to Castle Macabre. So yeah, that's it. That's the Neca Jaws game, 50th anniversary last year. And like I said, he deserves to have more than just a, you know, it needs to extend it, you know, extend the anniversary of Jaws into the following year, maybe more too, because it's just too awesome. Just too awesome, right? Right. Thanks for watching Castle Macabre. See you guys in the next one. Bye.